Welcome to this explainer for the Make Me Great channel. Look, today we are stripping away all that surface-level business BS and looking directly at the hidden, subconscious struggles of high-performing leaders. You know what I'm talking about, right? The silent battles inside the minds of executives who, on paper, seemingly have it all together, but secretly, they feel like something vital is just slipping right through their fingers. Get ready, because we're unlocking the hard science behind how you are truly perceived by every single person you meet.
Okay, let's dive into this, because here is the brutal truth for so many leaders out there. You are literally one of the best in your field. You've got the track record, the expertise, the undeniable results. And yet, why do you still walk into rooms and feel like you got to fight tooth and nail for respect? Why do you have to prove yourself before anyone even leans in to listen? The people who matter most to you haven't said, "I'm proud of you," with the weight you know you absolutely deserve. Listen, you don't need to shout louder. You need your brain to do something entirely different the exact moment you walk through that door.
Now, these struggles usually boil down to three hidden fear clusters, what Dr. Thomas Trautmann calls the 3 Rs: revenue, reputation, and relationships. And let me be crystal clear here. These are not soft, fluffy concepts. No way. These are hard neurological drivers that feed off each other in every single direction. Think about it. When your revenue is plateauing, that scarcity thinking strains your relationships. When your relationships lack trust, well, your reputation suffers. And without a solid reputation, boom, revenue takes a massive hit. The leaders who grow the fastest don't just optimize one of these, they master how all three interact right inside the brain.
Know what's really interesting about this slide is how it completely shatters one of the biggest myths in business. We usually assume revenue is the ultimate North Star for every executive, right? But look at these numbers. Out of a survey of over 2,400 business owners and executives, a staggering 44% rank their relationships, not revenue, as their top priority right now. And not in some vague feel-good way, but in an urgent business-critical sense. They're thinking, my business is growing, so why does everything else feel like it's slipping? That right there is the silent frustration holding top performers back.
The neuroscience behind this is absolutely fascinating. See, leaders who actively invest in the quality of their relationships consistently outperform those who just obsess over revenue tactics. Why? Well, it's simple. The brain performs better when it feels safe. And safety comes from connection, not from pipeline numbers. Strong relationships build trust. Trust generates your reputation. Reputation accelerates your revenue. It's a domino effect. Yet, while most leaders will meticulously track their sales pipeline, almost zero have a systematic daily approach to the quality of trust they generate with their team, their clients, and their partners.
All right, here's the hard, biological truth you need to accept right now. 11. You have exactly 11 seconds to win the primal brain before someone decides if you're even worth their time. Literally, 11 seconds. This isn't a metaphor, folks. It is primate neuroscience. In those first 11 seconds, every single brain in every room you walk into runs an automatic threat or trust assessment. This happens way before you give your pitch, before you state your credentials, and honestly, before your handshake even lands.
And this brilliantly illustrates what's happening under the hood. In those crucial 11 seconds, the primal brain of the person you're talking to is making a chemical choice: cortisol or oxytocin. Resistance or openness. Basically, are you going to be completely forgettable or are you going to be magnetic? If you trigger cortisol, they feel threatened or stressed, their focus narrows, and you face instant resistance. But trigger oxytocin, you build trust, empathy, and a genuine, highly profitable connection.
So how do you guarantee that hit of oxytocin? You have to help their primal brain remove a subconscious frustration. And this is tricky because it's subconscious. They might not even be able to articulate it to their own spouse. These frustrations usually have absolutely nothing to do with your product or your business. They are deeply, deeply human. It's the client secretly thinking, I just want to be seen as a good person. Or I want to prove I'm the best. Or even, man, I really just want to spend more time with my kids. If you don't instantly engage the primal brain and align with these hidden human frustrations, you lose the room. So let's look at the core solution here, the Make Me Great system, neuroscience converted into daily tools.
This system is the definitive, ultimate daily tool set built entirely on brain science to rewire how you show up. It activates the decision-making brain of the people around you, and its origin story is just incredible. Dr. Trautmann realized that true impact wasn't about selling a service, it was about elevating others. By shifting his focus entirely to understanding his clients' deepest primal frustrations, everything changed for him. I mean, within 3 months, his revenue grew by 400%. Clients chose his firm over massive competitors, and he landed huge accounts like BMW. Why? Because when you focus on making your clients great, you become unforgettable. They don't just buy, they trust you and aggressively advocate for you.
Let's move to and see how this builds across the 5 powerful pillars of the framework. First, who? Knowing exactly what makes you unique to the primal brain. Then why? Clarifying your motivations to help their decisions. Tribe, establishing a loyal community. Ethical persuasion, ethically targeting that decision-maker's brain. And finally, communication, sticking in the decision-maker's brain permanently. It's all about shifting from those rational arguments that just get ignored to making primal connections that actually stick.
And putting this system into action happens in 5 concrete steps. Step 1. Assess exactly which fear cluster, revenue, reputation, or relationships is costing you the most. Step 2. Diagnose the precise trigger creating resistance in your conversations. Step 3. Rewire what your nervous system does automatically in those high-stakes moments. Step 4. Install these daily habits over 90 days so the change actually lasts. And finally, Step 5. Expand. You utilize 10x coaching to scale that new magnetic presence into massive revenue growth.
As Carl Sagan brilliantly pointed out here, the brain is like a muscle. When it's in use, we feel very good. Understanding is joyous. Listen, the Make Me Great system isn't just some motivational fluff that fades by Monday morning. No, it is a permanent neurological upgrade. By using specific tools daily, like visual impact maps or memory exercises to recall client frustrations, you're actually working out. You strengthen the exact neural pathways that build instant trust.
So the crucial point is, what happens if you ignore the primal brain entirely? Well, look at John Antioco, the former CEO of Blockbuster. He led a massive corporate giant, but completely ignored the changing subconscious needs and frustrations of his clients. He stayed stubbornly focused on his own rational business model, completely dismissing the threat of streaming. And by the time he finally tried to adapt, it was entirely too late, and he faded right into obscurity. If you aren't actively managing how the primal brain perceives you, you risk the exact same fate.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. The 11-second window is happening right now, in every single room you are not in. Think about that. In every conversation today, with a prospect, with your team, or with your partner, your brain is either winning that window or losing it. The choice is absolutely yours. So, are you ready to take control of your narrative and master the primal brain? If you found this explainer valuable, make sure to subscribe to the Make Me Great channel so you never miss out on the daily tools that will make you truly unforgettable.